needless to say, great team effort. Needless to say, the seniors wasn't ready to go home, so I thought the effort by the seniors down the stretch was really, really good. Villanova's a tough guard, and they played, they're pretty good. Emily Lear's pretty good. Anytime you shoot the three and go into the paint and shoot fadeaways, old-time fadeaways, that's pretty good. So, very fortunate to win the game, but we're happy to win the game. Great crowd. I'll tell you what, we couldn't have come back from 5 down right there without the crowd, without a doubt. So it was great crowd.
I heard someone say it was press Virginia from the women today.
Well, when Pooh's in there, you can press some. And, she pressed a lot in her high school days, pressed a lot. I told Linda and Pooh that looked like their old high school days. Man, they stayed on 3 traps at one time in the half court, which I thought was amazing. Even Avery said she just kept watching them instead of worrying about getting a steal because she couldn't believe they stayed on it. So, it helped us today when we put pressure on them.
You were a much better overtime free throw shooting team than you were regulation free throw shooting team.
Well, 2 goes to the line right now. We wanted Linda to get the ball most of the time, go to the line. Avery, Bree was struggling a little bit at the line and that, so we wanted Linda really to get it the most.
Would you tell them going into overtime? Anything?
I just said, what, it's our game now. I mean, they had a 5-point lead and lost it. It's our game now. The crowd was into it. Our players were excited. And I thought the first 3 times on offense, we did a great job executing what we wanted. So I just felt it was going to be our game at that time.
Coach, was that type of game kind of indicative of what the Big East used to be all about, or maybe what it still is?
Yeah. Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a tough game. He has a lot of seniors and juniors that's been in his system for a while, and a lot of them have been redshirted. So, I knew they were going to know how to run this system to the T. And, it was. I think first 4 minutes we were surprised by their speed, the way they were coming off picks and that, and then we kind of adjusted to their speed.
Is this as confident as this team has played all year right now? They've played.
Yeah, I told them in there, I said, man, you guys have played hard the last 2 games. Shame we didn't do a little bit earlier. But, I told them also that, 2 games, win it all. Now we only got to win 2 more games. So, heck, we're here. Might as well try to win the next 2 games.
Barry said they were kind of talking about, his players were talking about the fact they like this tournament because if you play well, you have a chance to win the whole thing, and that doesn't necessarily happen at the NCAA level. Is there kind of that sense of you guys, too, that you...
No, I'd rather be in the NCAA. Make no doubt about it. I like to be in this point in the NCAA. That's what we like to do instead of the NIT. But we did make the NCAA, so it's a great tournament to be in.
Talk a little bit about Crystal Leary. She seems to be so overlooked in what you do all the time.
She does all the little things, Bob. She'll go out and guard a 5 or guard a point guard. She's setting screens. A lot of times she's open on a roll. We don't give it to her, but when we do, she finishes it. And she just does a lot of little stuff. And, she's done all the little stuff for 4 years. She's just been a great player here. And I've always said if I'm going down a dark alley, I want her with me. That's one player I want with me going down there. Well, I don't blame. No, I'm just kidding. Let's just say we'll both go down there.
Coach, at what point did you realize that this team had bought into this tournament? Was it after the first game or maybe after this game?
Well, I said there, if you remember, right before our first game, our first 2 practices was terrible. We act like we didn't want to be here and all that, and I didn't know what we was going to do in the first game. And then our practice got a little bit better for the second game, and then leading into Duquesne, it's pretty much they bought into it into this game.
Anything else from Coach?
She may end up going.
And I want to say I didn't intend, you probably are thinking why I fouled. Lear needed 1 point there. He asked me if we'd go ahead and foul. My girls were looking at me like I was crazy. I said, yeah, just let her make 1 point, foul her. Yeah. And it was funny, one of Villanova's players wasn't going to give her the ball, was going to dribble up and shoot. I thought Harry was going to have a stroke. But, it was nice. She's a great player. Hey, I remember recruiting her coming out of high school. Great player, great young lady. And, I was glad to see her. What was it? She needed that for 1,000. It was great to see her get that.
Today or for her career?
I think she got most of it today, but Bob. Anything else?
You may have to go on the road, I guess, depending on what.
Well, I hope
this
not.
other-
Let's
this
hope
other
we
game.
don't. Let's hope we don't. You know what? We've had good crowds, and let's step up and let's play at home here. Let's play at home.